Okay, and try not to wiggle too much. You ready? Go.
Well,
And try to look right here.
I'm 22 years old. I got arrested last August of 2013. My blood alcohol content was 0.27, and pretty much I was on my way home after drinking, and I probably should have stayed. Right, I was left the bar, but I was actually going to my friend's house, but I probably should have stayed in my neighborhood and got a taxi home or got my parents to bring me home. But, well, I turned down the street at the police station, and luck behold, they pulled me over, and when they put me in the back of the car, they made a U-turn and pulled right into the station, and I was maybe a block away. But, something that I would probably take from this would be, if you're already in the back seat of the cop car, it's probably a little too late. It would probably be best to think before you even decide to get in the front seat of your own car.
Well, that was good. Now, tell me what you drank or what you normally drink and how much you drank that night. And
I drink probably about an 18-pack of beer and say about half a fifth of rum. And I could usually put away maybe a 12-pack, just like, normal drinking, but, I wanted to party, so I went a little more than I usually do, and, well, here we are now.
And your dad's a drinker, and can you say alcoholism runs in my family? And
yeah, I would say alcoholism does run in my family. I'm actually probably I'm a third-generation alcoholic. My dad's a drinker, my grandpa was a drinker, and the only reason he stopped was he got prostate cancer from the drinking, and so now he can't even touch a lick of any alcohol. And my dad may not be on the same path as my grandpa was, because my grandpa was a little worse, but I mean, he's still right there behind him.
And so you haven't stopped drinking yet because, can you say I haven't stopped drinking yet because they're not going to hear me?
I haven't stopped drinking yet because I'm not really too sure. I mean, it doesn't control my life. I'm not waking up every day drinking. I have to get a beer in me. I enjoy drinking. I do it on occasion. I cut down drastically from what I used to. I used to do it at least 4 or 5 days a week, and it would just be at night, when I get home from work. But now it's maybe once a week, and if that, it's only a couple of beers. But I mean, class really has helped, and it has dropped me down to almost practically nothing.
So you haven't really said you got a DUI. You just said when you got arrested. So can you say something like, when I got arrested for my DUI, was it humiliating? Was it embarrassing? Was it?
When I got arrested for my DUI, it was not necessarily embarrassing. I was a little embarrassed, but I was more scared. I was more scared because what was my mom going to think? What was my dad going to think? What was everyone going to think? What's going to happen now? So I think it was a little more scary than it was embarrassing, even though it was pretty embarrassing.
Are you surprised by all the younger people in the class, in the DUI classes and stuff, or?
I'm not really surprised about the younger crowd. I just think that a lot of things are starting to become of a less older, population are starting to, younger people are starting to drink more. It's starting to get to where kids are drinking younger and younger every year. Pretty soon there'll be kids in kindergarten crashing their tricycles.
Are you a beer pong player or any kind of game like that? Or are you just a drinker?
I'm just a drinker. I don't need a game to have a beer. Plus, if I do play beer pong, I'm usually holding a beer on the side while I'm throwing the ball.
Right.
But I'm not really a gamer.
Does your girlfriend drink, or
she drinks on occasion?
Can you say my girlfriend?
My girlfriend drinks, every once in a while. Not like how I used to, or nowhere near, how I did or how I do now. She'll have maybe a drink a month, at a family get together or something. But
that's alcohol abuse, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, you gotta make sure you consume it.
How does she feel about you getting a DUI?
She was pretty upset at first when I told her that I got my DUI. We broke up for probably about an hour, hour and a half, but then we fixed everything, you know. But still, it's hard to live down, you know, that day I had to tell her because you know she always warned me, just like my family did, and even my parents even said, you know, they've made mistakes too in the past, and you know, my luck, I was the one who got caught.
Did your daddy or grandpa ever get a DUI?
My grandpa's had 3 DUIs, but they were back in the days where all you did was pay a fine and you were done. But my dad's never got one.
Did you have to go to a MAD class or tree farm or anything?
Yeah, I went to the MAD panel, and that was.
Could you say that one more time?
I went to the MAD panel, and it was pretty nerve wracking. You know, hearing the stories of all the mothers and talking about their kids and everything. You know, just lucky that you know there wasn't a story about me. You know, in one of their stories.
So what would you say to somebody that's sitting in a DUI class watching this?
I would probably tell them, hope this is the only time you're going to be sitting in this class. So I sure know that it's going to be my only time. And once this class is done, hopefully the only time I come back is to visit.
How much has all this cost you?
I'm looking at the total cost going to be probably around $8,000 to $9,000.
Can you say the total cost for the DUI is going to be?
The total cost for my DUI is going to be about probably $8,500.
Wow. Can you say it one more time?
The total cost of my DUI is going to be about $8,500.
Wow. What would you buy with that money instead?
Another truck.
Cool. Thank you so much.